Hey there, my name is Kasha, and we are going to do a full tutorial here on Hard Fought Hallelujah by Brandon Lake. There's 4 different ways into this song that we're going to look at. Alright, so first we're going to start with the easy way. This is a 3-chord song, which is great, and the chords I'm going to show you are super simple. They're 2-finger chords, but this is not a cheat. These chords I'm going to show you are so rich and full and beautiful, it's going to make your playing sound incredible. It's really easy to do. The second way I'm going to show you is the Brandon way. The Brandon way, I swear, I have watched every video I could find of Brandon playing this song and looked at how he's doing it, and I'm telling you this is how he does it, and I want to share that with you. And then we're going to look at the pro way. If you listen to the recording, especially in the first verse, the voicings of the chords are a little bit different. It's the same key, different voicings. I want to share that with you so you know how to get that sound and texture. And then finally, we're going to look at the rhythm and the strumming. This song is all about the vibe and the feel and the rhythm. And I want you to get that under your fingers and get the feel of it so you can do that when you play it as well. All right, so grab your guitar, get tuned up. Let's get into it. Okay, let's talk about the easy way. This is a 3-chord song, which is so awesome. The entire song is the same 3 chords in the same order the whole time. It is a C chord, it's an E minor chord, and it's a D chord. I'm going to show you each of these. But before we do that, what I want you to know is I've placed the capo on the 5th fret. The reason why I've done that is because that makes these 3 chords in the same key as the recording. So now I can play along with the recording and I can practice with the recording and I'm in the same key. The advantage of that is you can move this capo down if you want the song to be in a little bit lower register for your voice. I would do that. Or you can move the capo up if you need the song to be in a little bit higher register, and the chords are going to be exactly the same, the chord shapes that you play with your left hand. So for our purposes, we're going to leave the capo on the 5th fret right now. We're going to call that fret 0. So anytime I say fret 3, right here, that means that 3rd fret up from what we're calling fret 0, which is on the 5th fret, but we're going to pretend like now this is fret 0. So the 3 chords we're playing is first a C chord. We're going to play a C major 7 chord. 2 fingers, your ring finger and your middle finger. Here's how we do this. Take your ring finger, I want you to place that right here on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, 3rd fret of the A string. Your middle finger you place on the 2nd fret of the D string, 2nd fret of the 4th string there. Now, take your thumb and just wrap it lightly around the top so that you just mute out that low E string, so that low E string doesn't ring out. Then you strum top to bottom, and you get this beautiful, open, rich tone. That's going to be a C major 7. So the song starts with a C major 7, and then it goes to an E minor. The E minor is really easy. Again, just 2 fingers, just your ring finger and your middle finger. So here's how we do this. Middle finger, 2nd fret of the 5th string, ring finger, also 2nd fret on the 4th string. Strum all 6 strings from the low E string all the way down, or sometimes I take it from the bottom up, like that. This is going to be my E minor chord. The next chord that we're going to learn is going to be the D chord. In this case, it's right here. It's actually a D6, 9, 11. It has a beautiful, open, haunting kind of a texture, but it works great with the vibe and the style of this song. That works this way. You take your ring finger, you put it on the 5th fret of the 5th string. You take your middle finger and you put it on the 4th fret of the 4th string. Again, you wrap your thumb around to just mute out that low E string. Strum from the top down. That's going to be my D6, 9, 11. On its own, sounds a little funky, a little haunting, a little unresolved. In the context of the song, it sounds great. And those are the chords for the easy way, for the entire song. And I say easy way, but it's not a cheat. You can literally go pull up the recording, take those 3 chords, play with the recording. It will sound fantastic from top to bottom all the way through. Yeah, I don't always feel it. That's when I need it the most. So I'ma keep on singing till my soul catches up with my song. Alright, if this kind of thing works for you and you like this, like unpacking of songs and learning chords and how to connect them, I've got a video course called Next Level Worship Guitar at midsongguitar.com. That's my website, link down below. Next Level Worship Guitar is an entire course filled with all the chords, the ways to connect the chords, all the tips and tricks to make easy, smooth playing, really transform your playing from just chunking out chords to being smooth and confident and comfortable. Pick up any worship guitar sheet and go, yeah, I know exactly what to do. I know how to play that. So if that's interesting to you, midsongguitar.com. Let's get back into it. Okay, so now for the Brandon way. I'm telling you, I have watched every video, and everywhere I see him playing it, he plays it like this. The only difference is sometimes he has the capo here on the 5th fret. Sometimes he moves it down, I think typically to the 3rd fret, probably just to lower the pitch a little bit for whatever scenario he's playing in. Except for one video, my man kind of threw me for a loop. He's playing it like the recording in this one that I found, but we're going to leave that one aside. And we're just going to go with what I typically see from him every time he's playing it. So it's very similar to the easy way. You start with a C chord. Now remember, on that easy way, we started with a C major 7. C chord, just like C major 7, you probably already know a C chord. Take your first finger, add it there to the 1st fret of the B string, strum from the A string down again, still wrapping my thumb around just to mute out that low E string. That's going to be my C chord. Now, when Brandon does it, he alternates between a C chord and a C major 7 like this. See how that goes? C, C major 7, C. I'll do that again. C, C major 7, C. So he does that every time he goes into that C chord, pretty much every time he goes into that C chord, to kind of bring some movement to that chord. Then he goes into the E minor like we just learned in the easy way, typical E minor, nothing fancy, nothing special there. The next chord is the D chord. So what Brandon does is he plays this alternate version of a D chord that is super easy if you know how to get in and out of it. It's right here, but you're going to notice if you look at this, this looks a lot like this C chord. It's the same shape. If you take just a C chord right here, and you just move that same shape up 2 frets, you're going to get right here. This is a D add 9 add 11. Very similar to the D6 9 11 that we learned in the easy way, but just add that first finger. This time it's the 3rd fret of the B string. This is going to be D add 9 add 11. So this is what he's doing for that D chord. So he's going from C, C major 7, C, to the E minor, to the D add 9 add 11. Yeah, I don't always feel it, but that's when I need the most. So I'ma keep on singing. Okay, so for the pro way, this is to mimic what you hear at the very beginning of the song, in the first verse, when the guitar first comes in and when it's just guitar and vocal at the very beginning. Because it's the same chords sonically, it's just a different voicing. We're just moving our hand to a different place and playing actual different chord shapes. I took the capo off because in the recording, it's played down here in 1st position. It is starting with an F major 7 chord. So the way you build an F major 7 chord, you take ring finger 3rd fret of the A string, pinky 3rd fret of the D string, middle finger here on the 2nd fret of the G string, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the B string, leave that high E string ring open. That's going to be my F major 7. Bonus points. If you want to, you can wrap your thumb around and fret the 1st fret of the low E string to create a root note on that F major 7. Not required. If you want to get fancy, you go ahead and do that. But that starts off the song in this F major 7. Now, the reason why that's important is because what you'll hear is you'll hear some hammer-on movement in that first chord if you listen to the recording. It's going to go like this. Now, what's going on there is it is this middle finger right here. It is hammering on. It's hammering on from open to the 2nd fret, open to 2nd fret, just like that, inside of the chord. So I strum, my right hand just goes down, leave it open, and then just close it off by striking the fretboard with your finger as it comes down. And then you do that a little bit to create some movement to get into that next chord. that next chord is an A minor 7. So you leave your first finger right here on that first fret of the B string, and you're moving your middle finger here to the second fret of the D string. You're going to strum from the A string down. That's going to be an A minor 7. You're leaving the G string open, you're leaving the high E string open. So you go from that F major 7 to the A minor 7 position, and then the next chord is a G. Now the way that they're doing it on the recording, you can hear this open high B note ring out, is it's just your middle finger here on the 3rd fret. The pad of your middle finger is going to mute out that A string on the way down. 3rd fret of the low E string, mute out the A string, leave the D string ring open, leave the G string ring open, leave the B string ring open. 3rd fret of the high E string with your 3rd finger, with your ring finger, that's going to be a G chord, just a basic G chord. So that you go from that A minor 7 to that G chord, and then back to that F major 7. When you're playing it this way, typically you want to have a lot of palm muting, just really kind of soften up that tone. Alright, so that's the pro way, just in that first position. Really gives you some movement and some opportunity to build dynamics with the hammer-ons and a little bit more expressiveness in your right hand. Okay, so the most important part of this song is definitely the rhythm and the vibe and the feel of it, because it's a 3-chord song, so there's not much going on musically in terms of the chord structure and that moving us through the song. It is 100% the feel and the vibe. By the way, quick time out. I put the capo on the 3rd fret because I'm going to start doing a little bit of singing. It's a little bit easier for me just going down 1 step from where we were on the 5th fret. Okay, the first thing you need to know about the rhythm is it is in 6/8 time. This is called a time signature. Time signature tells us what rhythm we're playing in the song. 6/8 means that we're playing 6 beats for every measure. Think of it as 6 beats for every chord. We play 6 beats for a chord, 6 beats for the next chord, 6 beats for the next chord. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The reason why I'm snapping like this is because of the emphasis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That emphasis is on 1 and 4 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the total 6 beats. That's the trick to getting the vibe of this song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everything has to be locked to that. Even your chords. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could do literally anything. Strum a little bit, strum a lot. As long as you lock into that rhythm, you're going to catch the vibe of the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I was all over the place with that strumming, but you got the feel and the vibe of the song because I locked into that 6/8 rhythm. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is just the basic strumming pattern. Again, if we've got that 6/8 rhythm locked in, we can put a lot of variation in that strumming pattern, which we have to because the song really does a lot of that kind of variation. But the basic 6/8 strumming pattern is just down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Let's do this without making any chords. Just rest your hand lightly over the string so we just get a percussive sound. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. You can go also down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. All right, so that's the basic sound of it. I'm going to put the chords to it, and I'm going to keep repeating that pattern so you get the vibe. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. When I said you could add that little up at the end, you can do that as a way to move from one chord to another by playing open strings in that last little up just before the next down. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. So what you're doing there is you're taking your fingers off the strings to get to the next chord. If you feel like you're having a hard time switching from chords quickly, you can do that as kind of a way to mask the movement from one chord to another by just putting that little accent beat in there. But that's still our basic rhythm. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. That's going to get you through the whole song as long as you pay attention, lock into that 6/8 time, and then also the song will have some starts and some stops that you got to feel the vibe of. All right, let's go into those. The best way to learn the feel and the vibe of the song is just to straight play with the recording. So I encourage you, take your capo, put it on the 5th fret, take these chords I just showed you, pull up that recording and just sit down and play with it, and you will get the feel and the vibe where the stops and the starts are. Now, in absence of that, we're going to walk through it. I'm going to sing through it a little bit. Now, this is a guitar video, not a singing video, so no judgment on the singing, but we're just going to sing through it and play through it, and I'm going to pause and tell you what I'm doing and what I'm doing functionally, mechanically with my hands to kind of accent some of the feel of the song. So we start off here. Yeah, I don't always feel it. Just doing that basic strumming. But that's when I need it the most. So I'ma keep on singing, same strum pattern, till my soul catches up my song. There's times when my hands go up freely, and times that it calls. Okay, so you'll notice what I just did there. Just tried to add a little bit of that feel that Brandon brings into it. So you've got that basic C chord, that same typical strumming pattern. Times when my hands go up freely, and times that it calls. What I'm doing there is I'm pulling up from the bottom string on that E minor chord, and just accenting that low. When I hit that low E note there, times that it calls. And then I usually just kind of drag my hand up the strings and slap my right hand down just to give it that kind of finality on that beat. Times when my hands go up freely, and times that it goes. So you notice on that all of a sudden I just strummed really lightly, just used my thumb, just like that. Just to get a little delicate note at the end of that phrase to create contrast from kind of the strength that there was in the vocal before that. There's days when a praise comes out easy, days when it takes all the strength of God. So what's going on there is we're going to strum it just like normal on that first part of the line. There's days when a praise comes out easy. Then we're going to start with just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just hitting on the downbeats, each of those 6 notes. There's days when a praise comes out easy, and days when it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just to accent those beats and accent with the vocal line and the way that that's playing. All right, so when we get to that chorus, here's where it gets interesting. Okay, so we came out of that verse, and it takes all the strength I got. I'll bring my heart fought. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're going hard fought, which is down, up, but then I choke it off. Down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. E minor, D. So there you go, that hard fought, hard felt, been through hell, hallelujah. Oh. So again, really delicate on that hallelujah. Dragging up just to create a little bit of movement in it. Hallelujah. Which you could do the other way around if you want to. Hallelujah. Oh. Then you get up into that D chord. Nice and quiet. Then you go back into it. And I'll bring my storm-tossed storm sails story to tell. Hallelujah. God, you've been patient. God, you've been gracious. So right there, it's the same as that strumming pattern that we've been doing. Down, down, up, down. Down, down, up, down. God, you've been patient. God, you've been gracious. faithful whatever I'm feeling, facing. And we go back into that same aggressive rhythm that we were doing at the beginning of the chorus. I bring my heart heartfelt, it is well, hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. Same strumming pattern we've been doing. Hallelujah. Whoa. And then we start the second verse right there. All right, so that second verse runs the same as the first verse did in terms of the way that you're using that strumming pattern. You got pretty much the same starts and stops. Okay, so that bridge is the same strumming pattern as we've been doing in the verses. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just like that, and it just keeps repeating through that bridge until we get back to that last chorus, and then that's the whole song. So that's the basics of it. It's a 3-chord song. You got your C chord or your C major 7, your E minor chord, your D chord. You could play it as a D 6 9 11 or a D add 9 add 11. Either way it works. You've got that basic strumming pattern, and as long as you've got that 6/8 feel, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and you're locked into that, you're going to be good to go. Play along with the recording. When you do that, take that capo, put it on the 5th fret, use these chords we just went over, and you're going to be in great shape. Have fun with it.